Nelson Chamisa has just written two lines about retired General Chiwenga that has sparked debate, political debate in Zimbabwe. Was Nelson Chamisa mocking retired General Chiwenga, or what was the purpose of him saying the statements that he has actually said about retired General Chiwenga? He just wrote two lines, and these two lines relating to the statements that retired General Chiwenga recently made, especially when he was navigating around challenging Emerson Tambutso Mnangagwa's constitutional amendment bill number 3 of 2026. Greetings and welcome to your lovely channel, the Hlonipani Global News. If you're watching us for the very first time, please do remember to press the red or black subscribe button so that next time when we beam live, you become the very first one to watch. So, Nelson Chamisa, today in the morning, he wrote just two lines, and this is what he wrote. He says, Razaro ari kupiko. Razaro, which means, where is Lazarus? Ko Hezekiah and Hezekiah. He said, Hezekiah akazoita say Zuya, and say, what did Hezekiah say about that? Now, I think there can be no coincidence that Nelson Chamisa was trying to relay to his supporters a message regarding the statements that have been said about retired General Chiwenga. You would remember, I think it was yesterday or the day before yesterday, where I was trying to analyze the biblical allusion of Lazarus that retired General Chiwenga spoke, especially during the ZANU-PF cell day at his own constituency. And I think I explained quite a lot about that particular statement. Now, Nelson Chamisa saying, Lazaro ari kupiko. And in that context, I think Lazaro, as I said, to me, I interpreted it as Emerson Tambutso Mnangagwa, and also Hezekiah. You remember King Hezekiah. I interpreted also King Hezekiah as Emerson Tambutso Mnangagwa. Hezekiah agazoita sei Zuya. Lazaro ari gupiko. In simple terms, Nelson Chamisa was saying he seems to be critiquing what has been put on the public domain, sort of like marking or analyzing what has been said by retired General Chiwenga. Lazaro Arigupiko, because he said something about Lazaro. Where is Lazaro at the moment? He said something about Emerson Tambutso Mnangagwa. Where is Mnangagwa at the moment? And then he goes on to say, Ko Hezekiah. And also Hezekiah still, according to me, is still Emerson Tambutso Mnangagwa. Hezekiah akazoita say Zuya, saying, what has Hezekiah done? Now you see, at this moment, I think this is a defining moment in the history of Zimbabwe, where leaders don't have to speak unclear. They have to articulate things clearly. I think this on its own, some political leaders would say people are misinterpreting it, but I don't think it does well to Nelson Chamisa. Neither does it do well also to retired General Chiwenga. That is why you would see the supporters of retired General Chiwenga going after Nelson Chamisa. Likewise, you would see the supporters of Nelson Chamisa trying to defend Nelson Chamisa. In simple, the way I see it, I think it was some form of mockery. In my view, he was mocking retired General Chiwenga. He spoke in biblical allusion what has happened with what he spoke. And in simple terms, he's saying there was a lot of excitement about King Hezekiah Mnangagwa after Chiwenga said something. Has he done something? I think that is what the statement is saying. But also to ordinary citizens in Zimbabwe, they will also pose this question, okay, if that's the case, what have you also done in terms of dealing with the same Hezekiah, as well as also what have you done also in terms of dealing with actually Lazarus? There is absolutely nothing. Now you are analyzing another political player, of which if you think you are better than him at this moment in time, you are supposed to be showing the way forward. I think above all, beside politics in Zimbabwe, people want a political system that will work for the people of Zimbabwe, not toxicity. I think we've seen that level. Now, at the moment, what we want is something that can work for the people of Zimbabwe. People of Zimbabwe want a share in their economy. People of Zimbabwe want a country that is working, not to be mocked in South Africa, not to face xenophobia in South Africa. People of Zimbabwe want a country that works, a country where you can wake up in the morning and if you go outside and work hard, you can come back to your family carrying something. That is what everyone, I'm sure, is envisaging beyond political toxicity that people are advancing. I think even, especially at this crucial moment, it is not about the name of anybody. It is about delivering Zimbabwe. Mnangagwa, if we were speaking in spiritual terms, Mnangagwa is a demon of Zimbabwe. And at the moment, if there is anyone who can actually give us a strong prayer to uproot that demon, we need that person to come to the fore rather than seemingly criticizing those who are doing something at the moment. To me, it sounded like, okay, Chiwenga has been, you have been following Chiwenga, you have been supporting Chiwenga, but what has he done? To me, the statement of Nelson Chamisa gives such vibes. Okay, he's speaking about Lazarus Arigupiko ko Hezekiah akazoita says here. It sounds like someone who is celebrating that, okay, a lot of people, they rallied against this guy, thinking they were going to stop the illegal constitutional amendment bill number 3 of 2026. What has this guy done? Has he actually delivered? To me, it sounds like someone who is saying that. And do we need that person at this moment? I think what Zimbabweans needs, in all honesty, they need someone who can tackle Emmerson Tambutso Mnangagwa. That is why you will find even the members of opposition pinning their hopes on Chiwenga, saying maybe Chiwenga, because he put this person, he can actually get rid of Mnangagwa, because Zimbabweans are in a desperate situation. We don't need Mnangagwa, tomorrow. If there is anyone who can promise to stop Emmerson Tambutso Mnangagwa tomorrow, Zimbabweans will actually work and rally behind that particular person. That is what people need. People who are supporting Nelson Chamisa, they hope that he can actually uproot the current system in Zimbabwe that is disadvantaging the people of Zimbabwe. In simple terms, the people of Zimbabwe needs a political messiah in Zimbabwe, someone that can actually remove the current political status quo, and someone with a plan. And the question is, okay, laughing at those who are currently implementing their plans, is it a viable solution politically, or it is also to come up with your own unique plan to aid or to assist those who are trying to fight with the current political status quo. I think the last point that I dealt with should be what everybody is actually putting his efforts towards, rather than mocking each other. Mocking each other at this point in time, you see, even myself, I still have got hope that Mnangagwa can still be stopped even today, even tomorrow. Mnangagwa can still be stopped. So the most important question at the moment is for the nation to come together. Mnangagwa is not bigger than the people of Zimbabwe. If the people of Zimbabwe, you see, the problem of Zimbabwe cannot just be solved by one person. I think when I was interpreting the story of Lazarus, the biblical allusion, as actually put across by retired General Chiwenga, I was trying to explain that he is saying, in order for, in fact, not in order, he's saying, of course, there was a point Jesus deliberately did not go to rescue his friend, because he wanted people to participate in that, and giving an impression that Jesus forced people to participate in order for him at the end of the day to remove, to actually arise Lazarus at the end of the day. He kept on emphasizing on participation of the people of Zimbabwe, as much as he can also be the solution, but he needs the participation of the people of Zimbabwe, so that at the end, when we have dealt with Mnangagwa, we can collectively say, as a nation, we fought against Mnangagwa and we defeated him. It's not, I like what I have seen in other opposition political parties joining hands. We'll also speak about this hopefully tonight. Thank you very much for watching us. If you are watching us for the very first time, please do remember to press the red or black subscribe button, so that next time when we beam live, you become the very first one to watch us. You can financially support this channel by pressing the join button and be part of our members who are the heartbeat of this channel. You can equally do so by pressing the thanks button and send us stars. Let me love and leave you. Let's meet on the other side of the live broadcast as I give you more. Okay. Sometimes YouTube doesn't want to let go. I hope I'm trying to cancel the live broadcast. I think YouTube still wants me to go on and on. I'm trying really so hard to cancel the live broadcast. What is happening?